Today's recipe is a simple, easy bread. The great thing about this bread is there's no kneading required. I've seen this recipe a couple of times from different people. I've slightly changed this one. It was the Bosch Boys, I think originally I saw it, but there were others. I've changed this to suit my tastes. I'm adding Einkorn flour, which is the traditional original flour that there was from 10,000 years ago. It's much healthier, better for your gut than the modern day wheat, which was altered in the 50s or 60s. I will say just have a look at a video by Barbara O'Neill on this subject. I'm also using organic yeast in these recipes. I didn't even know there was a thing until a few months ago. I didn't realise that the yeast you buy in the supermarket has got so many additives and things in it. I just thought yeast was yeast. Well, only organic yeast is yeast. If you're using one of the ancient grains, then use the 400 millilitres of water. If you're using the modern wheat varieties, then use 380. If you want to add nuts or seeds to the recipe, now's a good time to add it. I usually put pumpkin seeds in, but I haven't got any at the moment, so I'm going to put sesame seeds on the top of this particular loaf. I'm going to cover this with cling film now and put it somewhere warm to rise. It won't rise a great deal, but it will rise, and you need to leave it probably about 3 hours, maybe 3.5. When you're using an ancient grain like Einkorn or spelt or emmer, if you're using those ancient grains, your loaf will not rise as much as the modern wheats because it hasn't got as much gluten in it. So if you're gluten sensitive, you might be able to eat this kind of bread. Not if you're a celiac or got an intolerance though, that still is a no-no for any kind of gluten. We're lining a bread tin now with parchment paper or baking paper so that the bread does not stick to the side of it, and we're also going to then cover this with foil. It'll stop it burning while it's in the oven while you're doing this, but try not to let the foil touch the top of the mixture or it will stick to it and then it'll rip off part of your loaf when you take the foil off. When you take the bread out of the oven, it should be perfectly cooked. It'll be very hot, so you need to let it rest for probably at least 20 minutes before you take a slice. I know how difficult that is to wait. Been waiting for this for 20 to 25 minutes. Now it's just slice through and just smell that bread. It smells absolutely gorgeous. It's got quite a malty flavour, this particular one has, because it's quite rich and deep. It is so worth waiting for. I love to have the first piece with butter just melted onto it. Oh, it's just heaven.